Guys, hello people of the internet. How are you doing? I hope you're doing amazing today. Specifically for my birthday. Hey. Hello. I wanted to make a celebratory video. I was like, what can I do? I want to be basic and be like 20 things that I've learned in my 20s. It's like, ugh. Yawn. I'm going to do 20 pieces of media or things that I've consumed that have changed me. We're going to do that. So, we're going to start maybe with the first three today. So, number one, the thing that's on the top of my head right now is Suicide Silence, the MySpace deathcore. I love this band so much. I found this band when I was in probably the third or fourth grade. Funny story, I found them on a Littlest Pet Shop YouTube video. I don't remember what it was, but it was the song You Only Get One Shot. I was obsessed with it. And at the time, I had been listening to kind of like Kurt Cobain and that kind of thing because that's what my mom liked. And my brother also put me on some more alternative music. But Suicide Silence was like my favorite thing. And I only listened to You Only Live Once for years until I decided, oh, I want to look at their discography. And I looked at their discography, loved it. I actually went to go see them on my birthday a couple of years ago, which was an amazing experience. Mwah, love them. Rest in peace, Mitch. I love him so much. I love Suicide Silence because it got me into heavier metal, if you will. At first, I was only familiar with more of like grunge music as well as some new metal. But Suicide Silence, that's my forever. Number two is probably home movies. Home movies is probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, adult animated comedies. I think it's in really, really high regards along with Mission Hill and Duckman. Love Duckman too. I think there's such a weird uniqueness and like charm that Home Movies has. If you're unfamiliar, Home Movies was an animated series on Adult Swim in the 90s. I think the late 90s. It didn't really last that long. I think there's only 3 or 4 seasons about these kids, and they're on the soccer team. They've got their coach McGurk. So funny. He's also the same voice actor as Bob's Burgers and some other very notable roles that he's done. I just find the dialogue between characters so fun. I find that there is a unique humor with that specific kind of dialogue. It's very improv, kind of. You can tell that the characters going back and forth with each other is very much so two people just having chemistry with one another and having a very bang up, joyful time. I sound like Pops right now, but I think that Home Movies, if you've never seen it before, I would definitely recommend it. It's so funny. It doesn't take itself very seriously. And I think that's what another part of the charm of the show is, as well as with the very unique, strange animation. It looks like everybody's wearing a onesie if you've never seen the show. Brendan is the main character. We've got Coach McGurk, we've got the mom. Melissa is the secondary character, Brendan's best friend, and then we have my two favorite characters, Walter and Perry. They're so funny. I love them so much. Number 3 is X-Men. Guys, I could talk about X-Men for so long. I'm probably going to show my book of X-Men. I don't have it with me right now. I love X-Men. I also found X-Men when I was like in the 3rd or 4th grade. I started off by learning about some of the lore on YouTube. I then started watching the animated X-Men as well as going back and watching all of the movies of X-Men till that point. I got very into it. I have comic books of X-Men at this point in time, and it forever changed me because I found it to be a less, oh god, they're gonna get me, but like a less corny version of the Avengers. I've never really been an Avengers person. Social justice has always been what the X-Men stood for, diversity, all that kind of things like that. Mutants, it's literally a euphemism for racism, right? Like it represents racism. But beyond that, I think the characters are so interesting to me because of how real they seem at points, like the struggles that they go through, the anxieties that happen, and also the different dimensions is very interesting. It's ironic because I didn't like Avengers for the same reason that I love X-Men. Like all the universes, probably my favorite in terms of comic books, in terms of superheroes. I love X-Men down. I will always love X-Men. I will always go and bat for X-Men. Another thing, 4 Boardwalk Empire. I never finished it. I never got to the last episode. Why? I didn't want to see Enoch die. Anyways, and he was a terrible person. This is one of the more raw pieces, like shows that I've seen, and I did not expect to enjoy Boardwalk Empire as much as I did. I watched the entire series. I basically binged it, and if you're unfamiliar, it's about Enoch Thompson, and it's about his monopoly with his brother. I can't remember his brother at the time, but he's the constable or the sheriff, I think, of the town. They're real people. They're based off of real people, but some of them are not real. Like James Darmody is not a real person in real life. It's very raw, it's very messy, it's very violent, it's sexual. They go over themes that are very heavy at times. Villains are not necessarily villains, and this is something that I like in the show, is that there's no real like villain, right? You could say that Enoch is technically a villain, like he's this gangster, he's the thug, right? You can say that anybody that opposes him is a villain. Technically, in this period, they were in the abolition era, so alcohol was outlawed, but Enoch was two-timing. He was in support in going into meetings for pro-abolition, but at the same time he was getting liquor from the Italians. In later seasons, for me, it kind of slowed down once most of the main characters either died off or, you know, they just weren't as relevant anymore. But I think that it is such an interesting show. I do not typically like period pieces, and if that's you, I don't even blame you. But if you get through the first season, and I hate when people tell me this because it's like the show's lame. No, it's not bad. It's a great show. Like season 3, one of the best of all time. If you can get through like the first season, which is a little slow at times, you're gonna love it. I really recommend you watching Boardwalk Empire, and I think that's where I'm gonna conclude this video for right now. Future me, take it away. Guys, welcome back to part 2 to this recording. You could notice I don't have glasses on anymore because I feel like the glare is going to be bad. So we're in part 2 of the birthday video, birthday celebration. This turned into me showing you some things that changed me, and it's just an overall nostalgia video if you were raised in the early 2000s. Also, I wrote down things on my notes just to make sure that this video wasn't 2 hours long, so hopefully you're grateful for that, because I know editing version of me is definitely going to be. Number 5 is Roderick Rules. Diary of a Wimpy Kid as a whole, but Roderick Rules specifically altered my brain chemistry. Roderick Heffley in the original movie series, wow. That's the only things that I can describe him as, is beautiful. I think that movie really was so cool to see the books, because I read all the books, I collected all of them, just to see that in full. Number 6, Junie B. Jones. I was so enthralled by Junie B. Jones as a child. They read it to us in elementary school, and I never forgot. Like, I was like, I love Junie B. Jones. Junie B. Jones is just, look at her outfits. Like, she's that girl. Old Nick from, I would say, like 2010, 2011, around that time. Amazing. SpongeBob is probably my favorite animated show, period. That altered my humor. I love early seasons of SpongeBob, and even some of the older seasons. I know they get a lot of hate because people are like, well, this is not the authentic version of SpongeBob, blah, blah. I completely get that. I still love SpongeBob, completely altered. Some other shows that I really enjoyed were Ubi, the Upside Down show. I thought it was so creative. I thought it was so funny. I know it was probably hell to film those videos because there was not a lot of props. And the imagination part of Upside Down show was amazing. Oswald, Wow Wow Wubsy, loved those. Monster High, I don't know if it's very obvious, but I love Monster High Down. Monster High was like one of the original series that I was obsessed with. Obviously, we have my girl over here, Claudine. Oh my god, I love Claudine, my favorite character. I grew up with Monster High. I grew up when they were G1. This is such a unique and fun concept, as well as the outfits, the characters, the personalities, like everything. The world building is just so cute and fun and creative, and I loved it so much as a kid, and I still have a lot of my style senses coming from Monster High. Early 2000s Barbie movies, and I brought proof, y'all. I'm a sucker for physical media. I think that everyone should collect physical media, not in a hoarding sense, but I do think that having some of your favorite things on physical media, so you don't have to keep paying for streaming services. We have some Barbie. Oh my goodness. Barbie Fairytopia. This is probably one of my favorites. Another Barbie Fairytopia. I don't even remember watching this as a kid. Bibble. Honestly, I think my favorite Barbie was the Nutcracker or one where she's in an island. I can't really remember. That or 12 Dancing Princesses. These are just some DVDs that I had. A lot of these DVDs also altered me. Hello Kitty, obviously. I've been in day one. The Magic Pegasus. Strawberry Shortcake too, just as a bonus, because I used to love Strawberry Shortcake. Fun fact about this DVD, it used to be strawberry scented. Bratz, I have more Bratz than this, but this was one of them that I really did like. Swan Lake. I don't know if any of you guys, oh, and Care Bears too. But I don't know if you guys ever watched this version of Swan Lake. It's the Swan Princess. My favorite version of the Swan Lake. Number 10, Thief and the Cobbler. I don't know how I got access to this movie, but this movie, the animation, the textures in this movie has stayed in my mind even to this day. Watch it, it is so good. It almost was like a fever dream sometimes. Such a good movie. Okay, Littlest Pet Shop. I have physical proof for this. My Littlest Pet Shop collection. This is about my like early 20s birthday, and it's me talking about my toy collection, guys. I hope that you enjoy this content. This is premium content. But anyways, we have our Littlest Pet Shop. I used to watch Littlest Pet Shop videos, and I used to do the same thing with Monster High. I used to watch them on YouTube, and it really inspired me. This was the first Littlest Pet Shop that I ever got in my entire life. I still kind of want the ones that were in LPS Popular. We have Boomerang. Okay, so old Boomerang and old Cartoon Network, I would say from like the early 2000s reruns to like 2010, 2011. I would say all the way up until like 2015 was probably when Cartoon Network was the biggest for me, and Boomerang. Boomerang classic shows, Powerpuff Girls, Flapjack, Chowder. The original Scooby-Doo was on, as well as the adaptation that they made. It was the one with the really creepy intro. All the little in-between commercial break ones were so fun. An old Cartoon Network as well. Like, oh, Samurai Jack was something that I was really into as well. But Adventure Time, Regular Show, Amazing World of Gumball in the very, very beginning. Girls Go Games, Y3 and Y8. Flash games in general, the next two are just about Flash games. But those Barbie games, those dress-up games, especially on like Y3 and Y8, were my favorite. And not just dress up games too. The Haunted House Flash game where you would go and possess objects, and the point of the game was for you to scare the people in the haunted house because you didn't want people to live there. Cool math games. I used to be on Papa's Freezeria. I was clocking in and clocking out every single day in the computer lab when I was a little kid. For the next one, more Flash games. Moshi Monsters, Build-A-Bear. We had Pixie Hollow. I was really into the Barbie girls. I used to love Pop Tropica, specifically the Superhero Island. Love Pop Tropica and the Big Nate. Animal Jam, Movie Star Planet. Obsessed with Moshi Monsters. Called Wii World. I don't know how many people remember that one. I think that was for teens and I was not supposed to be on there, but I loved Wii World too. Kind of similar to Movie Star Planet, just a lot less aesthetically appeasing. 15. Nancy Drew. I loved Nancy Drew. It was just so unique to me, and I remember I was hooked when I read the first issue. I don't even like mystery like that, but Nancy Drew, something about her specifically really enthralled me. This is something more of like my teenagehood. Albums wise, Vespertine by Bjork is probably one of my favorite albums. Anything by Alice in Chains, especially like their first two albums. Wiped Out was my favorite album for a really long time, and it says a lot coming from me because I did not, as a child, ever listen to albums. Number 17 is FNAF. Loved FNAF when it first came out. I was really into the fandoms for the first 3 games. It scared me so much, like watching everybody's reaction and like trying to figure out, oh my god, like who is this people? Like, what is the story behind this? What's the lore? Who's Purple Guy? Like, I remember there was a theory of the security guard being Purple Guy, and like, just, it was so fun. It was such a fun time to be on the internet. Same vein, kind of like Undertale was really big. Beautiful soundtracks, his beautiful original OSTs. I just love the concept of the game. Number 18 is early mobile video games. I loved Fun Run. I loved Pooh, Jetpack Joyride, Angry Birds, Fruit Ninja. I didn't have Minecraft as a kid. Temple Run, also Beat the Boss. Number 19 is My Little Pony. I was really into those early collectible franchises, a lot of Hasbro franchises, and Pinkie Pie was my favorite character. I was going through some things in my childhood. I could not really socialize with people. My Little Pony was a really big comfort for me. So Fluttershy is another one of my favorites from the main 6. Princess Cadence is my favorite overall pony though. Shopkins, I don't know why I put Shopkins on here, but for 21, Garden. we know how much I love the garden, right? I don't think I need to explain that. I think I found out about enjoy before I found out about the garden. Their creativity, it inspires me to this day. I know I'm gonna get like, you're a fangirl, you're I know I am. We're creating a world based off of our weirdness, and we're experimenting and growing with every single album. Like, I can glaze the garden all day. I'm gonna get one more thing to show you guys. She's a little beat up, but this is gonna be my substitute for the Shopkins one. My Nintendo, this is a DSi. I wanted a 3DS as a kid, but the DSi, and she still works. I still play her sometimes as well. How nostalgic. Literally playing Super Nintendo, Mario Bros the other night. This has been with me for a really long time. And I know it looks rough. It is rough, all right? GameStop, I traded that one in. I think I had a Cooking Mama one, and I traded my Cooking Mama for the Super Nintendo back in the day. But yeah, I've got all kind of game cartridges. Got Monster High on here, or Barbie games. I literally had iCarly. I'm obsessed with Pop Tropica too, y'all. I also loved Hello Kitty too. Island Princess. I have crosswords because I'm a nerd. And another Monster High game. Those are some of the things that really made me who I am today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope this was fun. As fun for you as it was for me to go back on memory lane. These are some of the really standout, huge things that really altered me. I'm gonna get editing to this video. Hopefully this does come out before my birthday, which is like, I have a day to edit this. But happy birthday to me if it does. And if not, happy belated birthday. Mwah. Love you guys, bye. Zuzu Pets too, honorary mention if you will.